and welcome back to Bourbon Blind, where the guys give honest reviews without the hype of the label. So tonight's bottle, I have been hearing all sorts of good stuff about this. This is Remus Repeal Batch 5. 5 blended together. It's the 2021 medley. I'm super excited about it. I have heard a lot of really good stuff about it. I'm really disappointed on the cork pop though. So if you haven't seen their show before, the guys are going to give you a review on the bourbon in the glass without knowing what it is. And then they're going to tell you in cash how much they're willing to pay to get that bourbon in their bar without knowing what it is. If you like what you see tonight, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe. If you absolutely despise us, go ahead and put in the comments like how much we suck. Love those comments. Also, we are working out doing our lives on Sundays about like 8 o'clock-ish. We absolutely totally appreciate every single one of our Patreon members and anyone else who has come and hung out with us on our lives or given us comments here. Absolutely love you guys. Big hearts. With that, I'm going to go get the guys. We're going to see what they think of Remus Repeal Batch number 5.
Hi.
I'm Kyle.
Let's get drunk.
I like that idea. That's a great idea.
He's Kyle. I'm Nick. We're about to get fucked up. Let's do this.
Let's do this.
So we just need to get like a bag and just like a paper bag and just bottle chug.
Down.
Still blind. We don't know what it is.
Down. So I got hit with like a ton of brown sugar right off the bat.
Yeah.
Caramel. Burnt sugar.
Some nice baking spice.
A little bit of barrel char.
Caramel apple.
I was going to say lots of caramel.
Yeah, caramel apple. Caramel. Caramel. That's
Caramel.
What, there it is. That's better.
Anise.
Have you ever smelled?
Oh, God, here we go.
Like, damn it, Kyle. Have you ever smelled like
Just look straight at him and full conviction. I need you to say what you're about to say. Just full conviction. Come on now.
I was being serious, and it was going to be an actual thing.
I know it was, so let's hear it.
Sarsaparilla.
Okay.
Have you ever smelled, like gone to like a little soda bar or something that made like a vintage
Like
style sarsaparilla?
Old school.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what this smells. It's like a carbonated, but like spicy.
Like a spicy root beer?
Yeah. Just, in my opinion, basically what sarsaparilla is.
So I don't get that, but I could totally see like the thought progression,
Right.
how you got there. Like I can smell what you're smelling. My brain doesn't associate that.
The question is, can you smell what the Rocket's cooking?
Not from here, I can't know. I think he lives somewhere else other than Fayetteville, Tennessee.
You don't know that.
I don't know for sure. They do keep their addresses hidden.
He has a lot of money. I'm sure he has a number of houses. It's like no ethanol.
Let's get in here and see what.
Duration on that was real strong.
Yeah, this whiskey's got a nice ring to it. Nice long ring.
More like root beer, Dr. Pepper, brown sugar, baking spice, spearmint,
clove. I was trying to come up with my own tasting notes, and you were talking, and I lost all train of thought. Like for my own.
Spearmint's really sticking with me. It's almost minty on the finish.
Yeah, actually. At first, I was like, "No, that's in your head."
So now I'm super hesitating because normally I only get stuff like that on a rye.
I was gonna say though, it's not like a rye,
right?
Minty or spearmint,
but that's like the only indicator.
Right.
Last week we had a rye that I fucking loved. That new riff was crazy good.
Right.
Clearly, because if you didn't see the price I gave it, go watch last week's episode. I was in it to win it.
In it to win it. Which is different than minute to win it.
Very different.
No, I like this. I dig this.
Yeah, I dig this. I'm not sure it's necessarily high proof. I'm guessing somewhere in the 90s. I'm guessing somewhere in the 90s, maybe mid to high 90s.
Okay.
I'm
going around 100.
I don't think, at the very highest, like 105. I don't think it's any higher than 105.
No.
Just doesn't. It's got good flavor, but it's not that flavor out of a higher proof that you normally get.
No, I super dig this. The rye minty finish, like, it's not bad, but
it's almost kind of a turnoff because it's such a drastic difference from the rest of the palate. That, like, it shows up and you're like, what? Where'd that come from?
It's really sweet, and then you move into like more baking spices.
Spices. So hashtag spices in the comments.
Have fun spelling that. And then
there's only one right spelling.
And then it kind of just fades into that like
mint.
Yeah, and I love mint. I love like.
If you haven't watched the mixology episode,
I love mint.
He goes hard in the mint. Leave yours untainted.
Okay.
So that we might compare. So let's.
Ooh, before you do that, since that's been sitting, just all sweetness. Almost like a candy, like.
Coca-Cola cake.
I don't even know what that means.
You've never had a Coca-Cola cake?
I don't think so.
People use Coca-Cola in the cake mix. Makes it really moist. Mm-hmm. But you get some of that, like... Coke's got this, like, almost savory sweetness.
Yeah.
In a way.
Yeah.
You get a lot of that. If you haven't
I'm not upset at it.
You should make a Coca-Cola cake. They're delicious. And they stay moist forever.
Hot cake tip, or just baking tip, or cooking tip in general. Anywhere you can use water, you can use other liquid. And anything else besides water will be more flavorful. So we've been conversing for the last 10, 15 minutes. Figured we'd let these sit in the glass.
Kind of mingle.
Yep.
So mine has the water. Have not nosed it or tasted it with the water.
Okay.
So you can definitely see there's a color difference between the two. Mine's a little bit lighter.
Mm-hmm. So much brown sugar and caramel, vanilla after this is sat.
The water's toned a lot of things down and has really brought up some light astringency.
I was going to say some citrus.
Yeah, definitely some citrus. Still no ethanol, which water on a lot of the ones that we've tried on the nose can really make them very ethanol forward. For this one, you can get pretty deep in the glass.
Yeah.
And there's next to nothing. Wow, rude.
Creamy, caramel, vanilla. That totally made that like a bottom shelf quality bourbon.
Yeah, I'm super not mad at that with water.
Like, it literally tastes like a super cheap bottle of bourbon, but like an Evan Williams or a Jim Beam, like something that's not swill.
Or like a foolproof.
You know what I mean? It's like a real bourbon.
Benchmark. That's what I was thinking. Like a benchmark. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
I have nothing. We've had so many bottles that we've tried on the show that you put just the tiniest bit of water in there and it just turns into like straight acid, straight ethanol. Like you can't get past anything. Can't get past the ethanol, the acidity. But that
just tastes like
that's real solid.
Yeah, just a super basic bourbon.
Yeah.
So I would be giving my price without the water.
No. That's so much better. Like, I definitely don't dislike this at all.
No, but this has flavor.
Yeah, that's got a lot more flavor.
I'm in this $50 to $60.
I'm 65, 75.
Ooh, Nick is higher than me yet again.
That's twice total. I think.
I feel like 70's not unreasonable,
right?
But it's a bit of a stretch for me.
So,
like, if I got that for $70, I wouldn't be mad about it.
Sure. No.
So this is probably a $150 bottle.
But no, like it's. So I gave it that price because it's at $75. I wouldn't be upset with that because adding the water to it showed me that that's very versatile.
Mm-hmm.
Right? You can make that into a number of things.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So like I can make a mixed drink with that and it's not going to screw it up. Well, open it up. Let's see what it is.
Ready? Drum roll, please. Oh, did not know. Oh, shit. Okay.
That is a Remus.
That is a Remus Repeal Reserve Batch 5.
It is 100 proof.
Ooh, we were both spot on that. Yeah, V series. So Batch 5. And that is MGP's own blend. For a long time, MGP would just source to other people, and they're like, hey, everyone really likes our stuff and making a lot of money on it.
Interesting.
We should make our own label. And this is one of them.
This has a 2005 bourbon that's 21% rye. Mm-hmm. A 2006 bourbon that's 36% rye. Mm-hmm. So this is where I was getting some of the rye, that minty spearmint stuff.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know it's their high rye mash bill.
There's a couple of high ryes in there. It's 9% that 2005 with 21% rye, 5% 2006 bourbon with 36% rye, 19% 2006 bourbon with 21% rye, 13% 2008 bourbon with 21% rye, and 54% 2008 bourbon with 36% rye.
That's a lot of different years and batches.
It is. And on the back it says December 5th, 1933 with some words below it. I'm not going to read those on camera.
No, George Remus was a real person. Mm-hmm. So that's who that's named after. A lot of the names you see in bourbon are named after real people.
Yep. Elmer T. Lee was a person.
Colonel Blanton. Mm-hmm. Albert Bacon Blanton, by the way. Bacon
Great
is his
name.
middle name. It is.
Great name.
Yeah, Jim Beam, Evan Williams, Elijah Craig, all these are real people.
Yeah.
So
E.H. Taylor, real person.
Eagle Ware, not a real person.
Buffalo Trace, not a real person.
Yeah. But no, so a lot of the
George
bourbon,
Dickel, real person.
Real person, yeah. Jack Daniels.
Wilderness Trail, not a real person.
Not a real person. So, but no, a lot of the names you see out there are based out of real people in bourbon history. So I think that's super cool. I love the history aspect of bourbon.
I think the wording, you're not going to be able to see this on camera at all, but they have George Remus, like, printed, almost engraved, etched, if you will, on the cork in a couple spots around. That's super cool.
Yeah. Attention to detail.
So the question is,
I think about $100.
Okay, so I was closer than you. We were still a bit short of retail.
Yeah. Which is sad, because a lot of people have said some amazing things about Batch 5. And I'm like...
I mean, we
did too.
There's nothing
wrong with it.
We said some great things about it.
Yeah.
And we both loved it.
Just the finish kind of veered.
The interesting thing about this one that I think sets it apart for me from a lot of the other bourbons and whiskeys that we've tried is the fact that water just turns it into a good bourbon. It turns a great bourbon into a good bourbon.
Yeah.
Instead of a good bourbon into, like, swill.
Right. That's fair.
You know, like, that is a very unique aspect to that, which I think speaks a lot towards the quality of the whiskey that goes into that bottle.
New York.
Unique.
New York.
And it never gets old.
No, so if you have a chance, I would check out some George Remus. They also have some squat bottles with his face on it that are, some of it's just regular small batch bourbon. It's really good. It's about half the price of this. And also, that's what their single barrels look like for store picks.
Hey.
Finger guns.
Pew, 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 pew.
Nick loves the finger guns. Pew, pew. But yeah, be sure to check us out. Patreon, bourbonblind.com, Instagram, Facebook, Bourbon Blind Nation,
TikTok,
the Tiki Takis. So all those good things, go check those out. TikTok is way less serious.
We're not serious here.
Yeah,
TikTok's
I was going to say, TikTok's less. We're already here, and TikTok's down here.
Yeah.
So
TikTok looks up at us for seriousness.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look.
It's not a good look. So anyway, I'm gonna. Still good. So until Friday noon Central next week. Cheers. Drink blind.
Drink everything.
We want to give a huge shout out to all of our Patreon people. Absolutely thank you. You guys are freaking magical. T-shirts at Teespring, link in the description.
Also, thank you to anyone who has ever supported us, whether that's either coming on a live, chit-chatting with us on a Thursday night, or if you just like to watch our episodes, we appreciate every one of you.
Until Friday noon Central next